In this video, we're going to show you how to perform a four-wheel brake bleed procedure on your Honda Pilot. Let's get started. Remove the cap off of the master cylinder. On the top of this cap, it'll tell us what fluid is going to be used in the system. It says use .3 or .4 fluid. We're going to fully remove the cap from the reservoir. If the fluid inside of the reservoir is dirty, we're not going to want to push it through all the calipers. So using an extraction device, we're going to suck out all of the fluid out of the master cylinder. Inside the top of the master cylinder, you're going to find a little screen. This is to filter the dirty brake fluid. I'm going to suck all of the brake fluid out of this. I'm going to remove this from the car. Continue to suck out all of the old dirty fluid. With our master cylinder empty, we're going to fill it with brake fluid. And we're going to fill this to the max line. You'll find the indicator for the max line on the side of the reservoir, right at the top of the shoulder. After we're done bleeding each wheel, we're going to come back to our master cylinder and check it. We're going to go ahead and top it off. I'm going to reinstall our filter screen. And then install the cap. Our brake bleed procedure is going to start at the left front wheel, and then we're going to move to the right front, the right rear, and then the left rear. Starting in the left front, we're going to remove our bleeder cap, install the hose onto the bleeder cap. This hose is running into a bottle with a little bit of fluid in the bottom of it. Using a 10mm wrench, we're going to make sure that the bleeder screw breaks free. Then we're going to have an assistant get in the car and work the brake pedal as we bleed this caliper. Your assistant in the car is going to pump the brake pedal up about 5 to 6 times. On that 6th time, they're going to hold the pedal, and they're going to let you know that they're holding the pedal. And at this point, you're going to open the bleeder screw, and the pedal is going to sink all the way to the floor. When the pedal hits the floor, have your assistant let you know it's at the floor. You're going to close the bleeder screw. And then you're going to let off the pedal. And then we're going to repeat that process, pumping the pedal up. Holding. Open the bleeder. The pedal drops to the floor. Close the bleeder. And then return the pedal. We're going to continue this process until we have nice clean fluid coming out of the caliper, and then you'll move on to the next one. Have your assistant in the car pump the brake pedal up. He's holding. Crack the bleeder open. When they've hit the floor, they'll let you know. Go ahead and close the bleeder screw. Let them know it's closed, and let them know to start pumping again. Holding. Forward. Okay. Holding. Continue this process until you have nice clean fluid with no bubbles coming out of the hose. Once you're at this point, remove the hose. Using a clean rag and some parts cleaner, we'll spray our rag, clean any areas that got fluid on them. and install the bleeder cap. Once we're done bleeding our caliper, we're going to come back to the master cylinder after each one, and we're going to check the fluid level. You can put a flashlight at the top of here, look down and see it. You can also give it a little shake to see where the fluid line is. We're just a little bit under the max, so we're going to pop the top, put it to the side, and we're just going to add a bit of fluid. Get it back to the max line, and close the lid. Now at the right front wheel, we're going to remove the bleeder cap, install our hose, have your assistant pump the brake pedal up, holding, crack the bleeder screw open. When the pedal hits the floor, close the bleeder screw. Go ahead and pump. Holding, open the bleeder screw. Pedal's on the floor, close the bleeder screw. Go ahead and pump. We have nice clean fluid coming out with no bubbles. We'll remove our brake hose from the bleeder. Using a rag with a bit of parts cleaner, wipe down the area. And install the bleeder cap. And we're going to check the fluid level. You can put a flashlight at the top of here, look down and see it. You can also give it a little shake to see where the fluid line is. We're just a little bit under the max, so we're going to pop the top, put it to the side, and we're just going to add a bit of fluid. Get it back to the max line, and close the lid. Moving to the right rear wheel, we're going to remove the bleeder cap. I'm going to put my wrench on the bleeder screw, install my line onto the end, and have my assistant pump up the brakes. Holding, open the bleeder screw, the fluid out, hits the floor, close the bleeder screw, go ahead and pump. Fluid has a nice color, no bubbles. We'll remove our hose. Remove your wrench. Wipe away any fluid. And install the bleeder cap. And we're going to check the fluid level. You can put a flashlight at the top of here, look down and see it. You can also give it a little shake to see where the fluid line is. We're just a little bit under the max, so we're going to pop the top, put it to the side, and we're just going to add a bit of fluid. Get it back to the max line, and close the lid. Moving on to our final wheel, this is going to be the left rear. We're going to remove the bleeder cap. Put our wrench on and install our line. Have your assistant pump up the brakes. Go ahead and pump. Holding. Crack the bleeder open. floor, pump it. You're good. Close the bleeder screw. Remove the line. Remove your wrench. Using a rag with parts cleaner, we're going to wipe the area. Install the bleeder cap. Once we're done bleeding all of the calipers, we're going to come check our master one last time. Give it a wiggle and check the fluid level. If it's low, go ahead and pop the top off and add some fluid. Make sure it's at the max line. And then we're going to put all of these wheels on and torque them to 80 foot-pounds, and you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.